Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm filming with a new mic that I got for my camera. It's really fancy for me anyways because I've never had one like an external mic for my camera. I always use the one it came with. Then my parents started roasting me on my audio quality and I was like, okay, I will invest in an external microphone for you guys. So I did that. Hopefully it works. This is the first video I'm filming with it, so we will find out how great the audio is in a short moment. But anyways, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a dorm room essentials video. I recently was in communication with a girl who is a future student at my university, and she's starting this fall, and we've been just going back and forth and things like that, and she asked me if I had a dorm essentials video up on my channel. I'm not sure what video it was that she found, if she found my dorm tour or one of my college related videos. And so I was like, actually I have not filmed one, but I want to, and I'm working on that, and so here I am. Anyways, a little bit of backstory for you. I am going to be entering my second year of residential classes at my university. I live on a hall-style dorm, so that means the communal bathrooms. I have one roommate, and so there's a little bit of some area of reference for you. I know some buildings you have like your own individual bathroom. My best friend, her university, she lives in a suite, so they share like this little common area with another room, which is pretty different. So like every dorm is different, so this essentials video is something I would say is specifically catered to maybe if you don't have your own bathroom, but regardless of that, there are things for you in this video. And I'm going to disclaim for you right now, this is not a super thorough list of everything you're going to need in your dorm, like sheets, mattress pad, like all that stuff. If you want a detailed list like that, I would recommend checking out Bed Bath & Beyond, because they have an extensive list of multiple universities, and they have a very thorough list of like everything you could possibly think of, like even down to hair straightener. Like it's very thorough, very detailed, and it's specifically catered to each individual university, and it will tell you what you can and cannot bring as well. So if you want a very detailed, thorough list, like sheets, towels, and blah blah blah, I will link like the Bed Bath & Beyond website and try to direct you there. That's the list I followed when I was buying stuff for my dorm. I screenshotted that list and I would check stuff off of it. I didn't buy everything on that list, but it's detailed enough to think of almost everything. So I love that, but there are some things, some of these items that I'm mentioning might have been on that Bed Bath & Beyond list. I don't remember anymore, but these are just things I personally would recommend investing in your dorm. So without further ado, let's just get started. So this is not going to include things that you'll want in your backpack and things like that. I'm a type 6 on the Enneagram, so I like to have everything in my backpack. You can just ask my friends. My backpack was like a little mini hospital. I had all the pain meds, all the Band-Aids, Neosporin, Vicks Vapor Rub, like cough drops, like everything. So if you want one of those videos, just holla at your girl and she'll film one. But the first thing on this list is a fan. No matter what part of the country you're going to be in, you'll want a fan just to circulate air, solely for that purpose. My roommate brought our fan. It was a godsend. It really was, especially during the summer months, or early fall when it's really hot and humid where we were. Just nice to have some air circulation. But we used it in the winter too a lot, because just to get some air circulating in the room, even though it was a little cold. But highly recommend a fan. The only thing is, ours was just a tad bit clunky. It was given to her, so we weren't complaining about that in the least. But even just having like a small desk fan just to circulate some air in your room, if something stinks, like the trash, or your ramen explodes and you've got this like nasty smell in there and you can't open windows or things like that, it's just nice to have a fan for breeze. Really helps out a lot. Another thing that I would recommend considering getting is an electric kettle. You can use an electric kettle for so many things. I had never really heard about electric kettles. I didn't even know that those existed until I got to college. My roommate used to, you can make tea with that thing, you can make ramen. I know a girl, she tried to cook pasta in it and like tried to boil potatoes, like all this stuff. You will not believe some of the things girls try to do with those electric kettles. That thing is so versatile. Highly recommend. I think at least every other room on my hall had an electric kettle. That was probably one of the most common items I saw in a dorm room. They come in so handy. You can use that to make coffee too, honestly. Like, if you don't want a Keurig, get an electric kettle. Like, you don't understand. Those things are so popular and I didn't even realize it. One that I'm kind of on the fence about including in the video, like I'm not sure if I would consider it essential or not, is a Keurig. We had a Keurig in our room and I was the one that used the Keurig all the time. My roommate never touched it. She loved her electric kettle. But I personally love the Keurig. I would use that to make tea. I would just like not put a coffee pot in and like just use that as my tea. And I love that. So I personally was a big fan of our Keurig. And I will always want one in our room. But yeah, so if you're a coffee drinker, like definitely think about that if you are considering like making coffee in your room, because I did that so much. So definitely something to think about. It is a little bit of an investment, but you can always take that to your future apartment, future house, whatever. So I think it's essential for me, but not for everybody. So I was just going to include that on the list anyway. But another thing also is your laundry basket having wheels on it. I know, like, my laundry basket doesn't have wheels, so when you're trying to carry it down, like, it's just so much easier. We had an elevator. Not every dorm has one. So if you didn't have an elevator, I don't know how good having wheels on yours would be. I know some buildings, like dorm buildings on my campus, they didn't have elevators, they'd have stairs, and they didn't even have laundry, like, baskets, or laundry baskets. They didn't even have laundry rooms in their building, so they would have to walk to another one. So I definitely saw a lot of them have laundry baskets with wheels to wheel them around campus. You'd be driving by and see somebody walking with their laundry basket trolling behind them. But definitely think about that and think of your laundry room situation, like how far away is it? Is it on the same floor as yours, or will you have to take a hike? So definitely think about getting a laundry basket with wheels. Mine's collapsible and I kind of like that, but food for thought. Another important thing, shoe storage. I have a hanging one. I don't have it with me. It's in a storage unit somewhere. But so I can't really show you, but having one of those in my closet, like that you hang up and put your shoes in, was definitely really helpful. I also purchased a shoe rack for this year because my roommate had a shoe rack, and I definitely like that a lot better because I still had shoes on the floor, and just being able to stack them up higher. So I got like an expandable shoe rack as well. So definitely think about shoe storage, especially if you're a girl, just saying, like, even if you're not like somebody who has like a lot of heels or booties or stuff like that, like no matter, all across the board, like everybody, like I know everybody has either like 50 pair of sneakers, 50 pairs of Vans, 50 pairs of sandals. There's always one type of shoe that everybody's, like, each person is obsessed with. So everybody has a lot of shoes, like everybody does. So having some shoe storage is very vital. Next item, bed risers. If you can have bed risers on your bed, if you're not lofting your bed, bed risers are an essential. I know a girl who had 4 to 6 stacks of bed risers on her bed. That thing was so high, it almost was lofted in a sense. But she had so much storage under her bed, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, they fit so much stuff under that bed. But I had started out with one level of bed risers on mine, and then next semester I went up one more, so I had 2 bed risers stacked. And it definitely provides you with more space, because like our refrigerator could only fit if we had bed risers on the bed. So definitely think about that and investing in some bed risers. They're super cheap. Honestly, you can't go wrong with bed risers. This one is not necessarily an essential. I think it should be, but it's a plant. I recommend a snake plant because it's impossible to kill that thing, and it doesn't like populate, it doesn't repopulate as fast, because I know spider plants are also popular, but those things grow like crazy. And so like a snake plant just provide you with some extra oxygen in the room. So good. Like me and my new roommate, we both love plants, so we're gonna have like 50,000. We have a huge collection already that we're bringing to school with us. But I love my snake plant. I think it adds like a nice pop of color to the room, and it doesn't matter if you have no sunlight in your room or a lot of sunlight, it pretty much thrives everywhere. So you can't go wrong, and just having a nice little plant just makes it feel more homey. So highly recommend. Another thing, don't invest in dryer sheets. You're always going to have to constantly buy them and throw them away and not reuse them. Invest in dryer balls. They're better for you. Like, they don't have harsh chemicals. I know people sometimes put essential oils on them. I hadn't heard of that before, but my family has been using dryer balls for years, and so it's so nice because you can just like throw them in, they reuse, like, and you don't have to keep buying dryer sheets. So that's also some food for thought. This one I personally love. It's a Bluetooth speaker. I have a small one here. It's right here actually. But just investing in like a small Bluetooth speaker, you can take it like to the shower with you to like blast music, have a little karaoke party with your friends on your hall, or when you're going outside and just hanging out and like maybe reading a book, putting on some nice chill music outside, or like just blasting music in your room. I know that Bluetooth speakers are really, really popular, and you can't go wrong. Really can't. So I think that's an essential. I cannot stress this enough. Underbed storage is going to be your ride or die. You can have the long, thin plastic bins that you roll out and under. You can have like the 3-tier, 3-drawer storage units. They sell those, like the Sterilite stuff. You cannot go wrong with that, and it's just easier to keep things organized. Underbed storage was my best friend, and it makes things look a little bit less cluttered. It's just so much nicer. And I had a sheet like that went over my bed, like that part, so you can see all the underbed storage, so it looked a lot nicer. But underbed storage, you are going to want it so bad. This dorm room essential is more for people who live like on a hall style with communal bathrooms, but you're going to want shower shoes and a shower caddy. And I watched a dorm essential video, and the girl also specified a shower caddy with a hook, and I do think she's right, because I know some people have to like put it on the floor, and it's just like, honestly, like our bathrooms were always clean, we try to take care of it, and they're like the custodial staff would come in and clean it too, but it's just like, I didn't like putting your stuff on the floor, like I'm not a fan, even though you're not directly touching it, and like your bare feet on a communal bathroom floor, like I'm a germaphobe, so like gas station bathrooms, like rest stop bathrooms, like no, that's like that communal bathrooms to a certain extent are on that level too. I would never walk barefoot in a gas station or a rest stop bathroom, so I would never do that in communal either. If I ever did, that was when I was half asleep in like 3 in the morning and forgot to put shoes on. I never did that. So you're going to want shower shoes and a shower caddy to store all your stuff in, so you don't have to like walk around like this. You can just have it with you, your little caddy, just hook it up there in the shower. Super nice. But definitely want that. Another one personally that's essential for me is cleaning supplies. You're gonna want to have like maybe glass cleaner for the mirror if there's a mirror in your room, in your dorm room. Like I have a vacuum that I brought with me. It's a smaller one. It's not that bulky. Maybe like a broom and a dustpan, or like a little Swiffer to kind of mop the floor a little bit, because we had room checks and we always had to keep our rooms clean. They would check them kind of like every other day or every 2 days kind of thing. So we always had to make sure that, you know, we were taking out trash and cleaning our rooms pretty frequently. So you're going to want to have cleaning supplies like some disinfectant wipes and some disinfectant spray, like things like that. Very important. Like dust rags, because it can get pretty dusty, especially the air vents. That was always something that we had to be like careful with, just because we lived in an older building. But definitely very important. And also like a small close-up mirror, even if you're not somebody who wears a lot of makeup or ever wears makeup at all. Having a small close-up mirror, like if you're gonna want to tweeze your eyebrows, pop pimples, or you know, like doing your skincare, like it's always nice to have a small mirror. I recently got a newer one off of Amazon that's a little bit more compact and easier to store, and it doesn't take up as much space as the other one I used to have. I'll show it to you real quick. But this is the mirror I got off of Amazon. It was kind of more of a travel mirror, but it just goes like this, and you can set it up like that, and it has different levels. But then at the end of the day, I can just put it in a drawer or tilt it on its side, and it takes up a lot less space than the other mirror I had, which was like this like 360 like super bougie mirror with lights and stuff that went out that I never used. But I know a lot of girls like the mirrors that had the lights around it, so if it was nighttime you had better lighting to look at your face. I always used my mirror like for my makeup and stuff in the morning, so I always used direct sunlight, so I never really needed the lights around my mirror. But definitely something to think about, of course. Another important thing you're going to want to have, especially if you're living on a hall, no matter if it's communal style or suite or whatever, you're going to want to have earplugs. Because when you're going to want to go to sleep and your roommate's still up doing homework maybe, or just some girls being loud on your hall, because that was normally me and my friends, but I rest my case. But it's always handy to have earplugs. I started using them and they were a game changer. Honestly, like, and even not like these super fancy earplugs, I would put cotton balls in my ears. Cotton balls do the same thing, and it's super cheap and easy to use. Like those little orange foamy ones always fall out of your ears. Cotton balls don't. So investing in some earplugs is going to be a game changer, especially if you're somebody who values sleep like I do. And then also something to consider is having a sound machine. And I've always slept with the sound machine my whole entire life, like listen to ocean sounds and stuff, so that I can fall asleep virtually anywhere, because it's the same sound. I have it on my phone. I have an actual like sound machine and it's super, like, I've always slept with one. I told my roommate before we even decided to be roommates, by the way, I use a sound machine. I mean, if that's something you're not cool with, I can always like listen to it on headphones or something, but just so you know, she's like, no, I'm down. Like, I fall asleep to like ocean sounds and stuff like that. So we had a sound machine in our room, and that was honestly a game changer too, just because like doors are so loud on a hall. They're so loud. You can hear every single door shut. Like, you can hear everything on a hall, and even if you are like one of the quieter rooms. So having that sound machine allowed us to get sleep, and like we couldn't hear each other in the morning. I'm a very light sleeper, so if she had an 8:15 and I didn't, like, I couldn't hear her in the morning when she woke up to get ready. So it provided like sound machines and earplugs. Amazing. And then the last item on my list, I tried to think of everything, and I think I covered pretty much everything. The last and not least, one of the most important things, power strips. Because there are not a lot of, I don't know what's the word in English, but an enchufa, like power outlets. There's not a lot of them in your room. I think in my room we had maybe 3 to 4 power outlets. So investing in a power strip, I'll try to show you mine, but I have a lot of stuff connected to it. Never mind. But investing in a power strip, it allows you to, have more outlets that you can plug your stuff into, and sometimes it's like longer, so things can be a little bbit farther away and not so close to the power outlet. So that is definitely something very important that you're going to want to have. I brought 2 with me, and my roommate had 2 as well, so definitely something you'll want to invest in for sure. But that being said, that is everything on my list that I could think of. If you thought of something as well, maybe you're a college student and you thought of something that I missed, please comment it down below and I can pin it or try to make sure it's up high so that people can see it. But definitely share your tips and tricks with everybody in the comments below if you have any. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.